Boston. Game 50 of the season is in the books.
It's the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show.
Delivered by new melts from Pizza Hut. Cheesy, crispy, and loaded with toppings for just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, only at Pizza Hut.
Lakers basketball is a final.
877-710 ESPN.
It's the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show.
Tipping off now.
Here's Alan Sliwa.
All right, awful loss in Boston tonight. Lakers lose in overtime to the Boston Celtics, 125-121. I'm sure everybody who's tuned in right now watched the game, listened to the game, knows how the result of the game happened. I am not going to spend much time doing a box score and this player, if he'd have done this, and that player, he'd have done that. Unfortunately for the Lakers tonight, it did not come down to their own personal performance. It came down to some awful officiating. Lakers had some chances to win that game, put some of it on their back. There were opportunities in the fourth quarter. Lakers, went through a stretch where they had 5, 6, 7-point lead, even got to double digits. Boston came back. Jaylen Brown was great. That's what he does. Tatum hit some big shots. He got it going. He was great as well. That's what those two All-Stars do. But for the Lakers tonight, you cannot have one team take 39 free throws and another team take 20. Even put all that to the side. One of the worst blown calls that I've seen, certainly as long as I've been doing the postgame show. You could just tell. I mean, it's different tonight. You could tell people are really, really upset about that officiating, and it's just unfortunate because the Lakers obviously played good enough to win the game. LeBron James, one of the greatest players to ever do it, and to not get respect on a possession where he's clearly fouled, I'm sure is creating a lot of frustration inside that Lakers locker room. And you're already 4 games below 500. You do not have many games to let go. Tonight was game 50 of the season, which, you're getting close to within 30 games. The All-Star break's only 9 games away. Each one of these games count for a Lakers team that started 2-10. So incredibly frustrating. I'll throw out the phone number there. It's 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. Need a break from the everyday? Well, fans, it might be your lucky day because tonight, Fantasy Springs Resort Casino is giving away a 2-night stay, plus dinner and golf or bowling for 2. Make any day your lucky day. Book now at FantasySpringsResort.com. Let's go straight to it because I want to hear Darvin Ham. Let's get his thoughts on the Lakers' loss.
Darvin, it's hard not to start with that last play. It seemed pretty clear that Tatum hit him on the left arm. How do you kind of process that and try to rally the team to get past it and play in overtime?
I mean, as much as I know, I can't speak for anyone but myself. As much as you try not to put it on officiating, it's becoming increasingly difficult. There's a bunch of stuff we could have did better in this game, but for the most part, we competed our behinds off, played the right way, played together, stayed aggressive, playing downhill, playing in the paint. And it's unfortunate that, the game ends on a play like that. It's unfortunate, especially with, and you don't ask for favoritism, you just ask for consistency. That's it. And apparently, I used my challenge too soon, maybe. I don't know. But it is what it is, man. My hat's off to the Celtics. They're a hell of a ball club, championship-level ball club, and play 2, nail-biters against these guys, one in our place and one here tonight. It's a silver lining for me, is what I told my team after the game. We compete like this. Everybody coming back, getting guys back in the lineup now. We compete as hard as we competed tonight to start this trip, then we're going to be okay the rest of the way. We just got to bottle this up and remember this pain and the agony of losing a game like this. It was a huge game. Probably was one that was really, really fun to watch as a general fan, but to be a part of it, it's always hotly contested when it's the Lakers and the Celtics. And, I'm happy the fans enjoyed a really exciting ball game. But, for us, again, there's a bunch of positives. And just hope, I don't know. Got the best player on earth can't get a call. It's amazing.
Well, have you ever, over your career, seen LeBron react that way? And does that give you evidence that he was fouled in the play?
I mean, you have to call a cat a cat. You can't look at something and try to pretend it's not what it is. And he's a guy that tried to play the right way, doesn't flop, plays downhill, plays a strong physical brand of basketball. And just because he doesn't flop or he doesn't flail or he's not screaming when he's shooting the ball, and like I see a ton of other players doing, he gets penalized for it. I saw the same thing with Giannis. I saw the same thing, when I was a player in the Shaq era. And, it's just those guys that play physical and really try to focus on finishing plays. Sometimes, it doesn't go in their favor. But then you see other guys who whimpering on every shot. Every time they get bumped, I think they're working on the head snap and all that, and they're the ones getting the whistles. So it's hard now. He's human, at the end of the day, and it's hard for him not to get discouraged because this is something that's been going on all year, and so I don't want to see another last 2-minute report. I don't want to. They could say that it does no one any good, and we just got to focus on how we can get better in different stretches of the game, how we can make sure we're doing what we can control actually.
What do you think of the technical foul on Patrick Beverly and Dennis?
I didn't see it. I have to go back and look at it. I didn't see it. But it's an emotional game, high level game, and with high level talent, exactly what the NBA wants, and for it to come down to it shouldn't have to come down to a whistle or or a non-whistle. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough, but the players are going to react, man. And then now you have video on the sideline where, for the sake of making sure you're challenging a proper call, or making a proper challenge to dispute a call. You have video on the sideline, and for the guys to watch the replay of it, it's human nature, man. They're going to be disappointed, discouraged about you're in the moment, you're fighting your butt off, and something doesn't go your way that should have, and it's sad.
You mentioned the challenge. Do you think if you get a successful challenge, the coach should be able to retain the challenge?
That'd be a great idea, or maybe add a fourth official. I don't know, but something's got to change, man. It's too much. The game is sped up. It's speeding up. It's getting faster and faster every day. These guys are highly skilled athletes. They're playing at a very high level, and we got to be able to get things right as much as possible.
Understanding that your team was upset with a call that seemingly should have gone your way, did you feel though like that bled into that early part of overtime and
Yeah, I mean it remained competitive. I mean, again, we had some unfortunate turnovers, unfortunate missed shots within the game and within the overtime. And like I said, it's a bunch that we can do better. We have to handle our business better too. I'm not in no way, shape, or form using this as an excuse. Not for me. I'm just telling you what it is. But yeah, I think we definitely could have did things better on our end to not even put ourselves in this position. But we have how many games we play now? 50. We got 32 games to figure this thing out. We sub 500 by 4 games. And again, if we put in this type of effort and this type of togetherness and this attention to detail defensively and the ball movement offensively, I think we'll be okay. I think we're going to be okay.
All right, that's Lakers head coach Darvin Ham. Took a much more positive approach than I'd be able to. Lakers lose in OT 125-121. That conversation about should they add another replay, or if your replay is successful, should you then get to keep your challenge for another play? Those are worth conversations. How about one of 3 referees just make a blatant call at the end of a game, a foul call, and we don't have to have that conversation? I mean, I'm sorry, if you're not seeing that final play, should you be a referee in the NBA? I know you miss calls. I know sometimes it's tough. I know it happens. Sometimes people just have a really bad day at the office. That was an awful day at the office. I mean, to to now look for additional replays. Guys, this wasn't a tough call. We're making it sound like this was a, if you only saw this angle and this, there were 3 other guys there. It was an obvious call. If one of those 3 referees don't see that call, I don't know what the solution is. I don't think we need more replays. Make a call if the call's in front of you. It's a clear foul. Let's take a couple quick calls here. Let's go to Paul in the LBC. What's going on, Paul?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going all right. It's going okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just disgusting. It's the 3rd time that we can't get calls at home. We can't get calls on the road. Where can we get a call? And plus, they act like LeBron James is Shaq. He can take it. He's big. He's strong. He's 38 years old. He can't take hits when he's young guys all the time. Let the man get a call so we can go about our business. So we have to worry about bringing in a robot referee or something. Maybe we might need a robot. Who knows?
Paul, I don't think they're treating – I appreciate you calling in. I don't think they're treating LeBron like he's Shaq. I think they're treating LeBron like he's not one of the best players to ever play in the game. This ain't J.J. Redick out there. This isn't, some random dude that's 12th on your bench. It's not Troy Brown Jr. It's LBJ. Have a little bit more respect. And LeBron does. He kind of finds himself in positions where – that whistle doesn't blow in his favor. Why? Because he's aggressive, trying to get to the free throw line? Because he's not settling for threes? The call before that Patrick Beverly hit Jaylen Brown, they called that one, and they called that one super late. It was super delayed. They didn't have a problem calling that one, but you don't call the blatant one on the other side. And I'm not the whole, hey, let's have more reviews, let's have more replays. I don't think anybody wants more reviews, more replays. That's your job. That's it. That's just an obvious call. I don't think we need another replay. I think we just need one of those 3 referees, specifically the one at the baseline watching the ball, to blow his whistle on an actual foul. George in Burbank. What's going on, George?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking my call. Same thing. My frustration is obviously very similar to the prior caller. This is an embarrassing night for the NBA altogether. Now, as a Laker fan, obviously, it's a 3rd game because of officiating. It's cost us a game. But they should just retrain as referees. As a matter of fact, that referee was under the basket, should be headed out and, should go back and try to get some more additional training done. This is just unacceptable. You don't miss a call that important, 2 seconds left, and you cost the team a loss. So that was my feedback.
George, I appreciate you calling in. You know what, Laker fans, I will tell you this. And I'm laughing because it's kind of mind-boggling to me. It wasn't a tough call. This is not one of those calls, nor is it one of those games where, you can sit there and say, one squad took 39 free throws to the Lakers 20. 39-20. And just such an obvious call at the end of the game doesn't get called. I don't really have a response to it. It's just so obvious. It's such a dumb conversation because it's so obvious. I don't really have a response to it. We'll keep going here. Anthony Davis coming up next. Stay right here. I'll take more of your guys' phone calls. If you want to chime in, 877-710-ESPN. Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
What's going on, everybody? It's Cap. I'm here at the 909 Sports Bar here inside Yamava Casino, the greatest sports bar in Southern California and probably the world. Over 170 LED monitors, monster screens, people and energy, a massive amount of beers, and I promise you this, the food is off the charts. And then over there, 7,000 slot machines and hundreds of table games in this world-class resort. Yo, I'll see you here on Championship Sunday. Let's all get together for both games here at the 909 at Yamava.
Come out to the 909 at Yamava for our next watch party on January 29th.
Hey, Laker fans, John Ireland here. Have you downloaded the new ESPNLA app? You got to get this thing. It's great. You can get Travis and Sliwa, Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cap, and all of our Lakers talk with Slee right in the palm of your hand.
You're just one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets. React to the Lakers on ESPNLA app.
Download the new ESPNLA app in the App Store or on Google Play.
All season long is sponsored by Vista Paint. Right now, local residents can take 40% off on factory direct high-quality Vista Paint products. A Vista Paint team member will show you how. Locally owned, manufactured, and operated since 1956. Visit vistapaint.com and start saving. Points in the paint. Lakers win that battle 62-44. They lose in OT. 2 losses to the Boston Celtics in overtime this year. They lose 125-121. Lakers now just 1-4 in OT. Add this to the list of games that I think we'll all walk away from saying Lakers should have won this one. This one I have less issue with the players. I'm not going to try to adjust. They weren't perfect tonight. They weren't. Lakers had some opportunities, made some mistakes at the end. Pat Bev hit your free throw. Lakers will go up 4. He missed 1 free throw. Pat Bev foul on Jaylen Brown. But that final play, LeBron not getting that foul when he's clearly fouled, you can't really shake that one. You can't just sit back and say, oh, well, it didn't come down to that. No, it came down to that. Steve in L.A., what's going on, Steve?
Yeah, hi. Hi. I'm a Celtics fan, and I just want to say that the 2 exciting overtime games this year, and I'm rooting for the Lakers to get to the finals and playing the Celtics because I think it would be exciting for everybody, especially for the young fans. Fans under, say, like teenagers, early 20s, they don't understand the history and the rivalry, and I would think it would be great to get that history going again with some finals matchups.
Steve, I appreciate you calling in. Well, I will tell you that, part of the pregame show, we're talking about rivalry moments. I was did some work yesterday with Spectrum Sportsnet. It was kind of top 10 rivalry moments between the Lakers and the Celtics. Kobe and Powell had some, right? They faced the Celtics in the NBA Finals. They go 1-1. The Celtics certainly in position to go back to the finals. The Lakers, they got a long road to go if they're going to come out of the Western Conference. Let's take a quick listen to Anthony Davis. Here's AD.
Focused the whole thing on that one play, but what did you see on the play? It looked like Tatum got LeBron's arm pretty clearly. Yeah, and how
the day, like, it's unacceptable, and I guarantee nothing's going to happen to the refs. We got cheated tonight, honestly. It's a blatant foul. Pat got all ball on Jaylen Brown, call a foul, and Brown gets smacked across his arm. It's unacceptable, to be honest. The refs are bad. They're bad tonight.
Did you guys feel that going into the OT? Is it tough to kind of clear that mentally and still play?
We miss a shot, and I feel like just like the one in L.A., I miss a free throw, they make a shot, you live with they go overtime, to miss a call. That blatant ref sitting right there on the baseline, it's tough. You saw how Brown reacted, how the team reacted. Tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, AD, you guys were able, though, to exert your will, it seemed, seemingly the entire game. What were the things that you thought that were working?
Braun being Braun, guys making plays. Pat played really well. Russ, Dennis, Troy, all the guys played well. Could have did a better job myself offensively. Touch wasn't there. Just didn't have the shot fall tonight, but we got everything we wanted. You know, I mean, we gave us some things defensively, but I think we did a good job on both ends of the floor. And then to do that, you know, to come here, I think they're the best team in the league, you know, and then to do that and get cheated like that is it's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, you guys have been in this situation as a team a few times now. What would you like to see the league do? Is there anything the league could do?
I don't do anything. It's going to be a next game, and it's going to be over with. You know, talk to the refs. Oh, yeah, that was a foul, and it goes on. It's not fair. You know, I guarantee if the refs start getting fined for missed calls, it'll be a lot better. But you know, nothing's going to be done.
Well, so Darvin was just talking about consistency. So if they're going to give the call on Brown on one end and then a couple seconds later, is that part of it that's hard to square if it's a touch foul in that sense?
I mean, yeah, and it wasn't even a touch foul. Like, he clearly smacked his arm. The ball didn't even move. Smacked his arm. Like, it's tough. I mean, they say it don't come down to that play, but it came down to that play. You know, a lot of emotions going to overtime. They're trying to gather ourselves, you know, to go win a basketball game. Like I say, I mean, I take a lot of ownership on my play tonight. Still trying to get a feel and everything, but I mean, that was a game.
Kyle. Just how tough, I mean, you're sort of alluding into right there. How tough was it mentally? Do you feel like you guys ever kind of collected yourselves in that overtime mentally from that disappointment?
We tried. You know, obviously we got to go out on the court and play, continue to play the game of basketball and try to win a game. But you're still thinking about it. I mean, you're not even supposed to be in that situation, to be honest. You're not supposed to be playing overtime. But like I say, emotions are very high in this game, you know, that we play. And pretty sure, you know, it was on his mind the whole overtime, and you know, all our guys, you know, so just tough.
Jovan.
You played 34 minutes tonight. How did you feel with the ramped up, you know, workload and just playing inside the team and just kind of where you're at right now physically coming back?
I felt fine. Legs felt fine. Just trying to get, you know, I had some good looks. Missed them. Easy shots that I normally make, but you know, trying to come back around. I say legs is fine, wind is fine. Just, you know, got to get back to how it was.
Thanks, AD.
All right, that's Anthony Davis right there. You can tell by his body language, his voice. Same thing with Darvin Ham. Lakers are 100% deflated from tonight's loss. Felt like they should have won the game. They felt like they should have won the game. How about, I've never really heard AD that critical talking about how the refs cheated out the Lakers. And I don't disagree, and I don't think anybody does. I think every Laker fan that's out there, you don't even have to be a Laker fan. You just watch a game of basketball. It's just clear and obvious that tonight just had a different feel to it. Just you have a bad taste in your mouth. That's not what you want. I think AD laid it out perfect, and I gave AD a lot of criticism. He missed 2 free throws against the Boston Celtics and then cost the Lakers the game. They went to overtime. He just brought that up. He's like, look, and he had brought that up post-game of that game, saying, that's on me. I had a chance to ice the game. I didn't do it. You want the players to control the outcome of the game, not non-calls or calls that are bad or whatever the case is. Jaime, who is in Boston, was at the game tonight. Jaime, appreciate you calling in. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Sliwa? Yeah, man, we flew in this morning. We're from Orange County, California. And, man, it was just frustrating, man, because we had such a great game going into the half. We were up at the half. We had such good momentum. And, you know, it's just frustrating to have to lose that way. And then it's just it's not the first time. It's been happening throughout the season. So it's very frustrating to know that it has to be a no call or something that in that matter for us to even decide the result of the game. The rest decides the game at the end, and that's very frustrating. We're going to go to New York tomorrow. We'll be at Brooklyn, and we'll be at MSG on Tuesday. So, hey, man, move on to the next game. We'll be at Brooklyn on Monday.
Jaime, go get the next 2 in New York, and I appreciate you calling in. That's an awesome trip, making some travel there to the East Coast and trying to catch some Laker games. And you should have been catching the Lakers W tonight, and you should be, the North End in Boston enjoying some good Italian food tonight. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Let's take another quick call here. Let's go to Mickey in Pomona. What's going on, Mickey?
Hi, yeah. First off, I just want to say it was a terrible loss. I mean, there were multiple blown calls throughout the game, and then specifically in the last 5 minutes, 2 minutes, I think they should institute a rule that maybe in that time, that 5 minutes left in the fourth, you get another challenge if you've used your challenge, and if not, maybe you keep it and you get two.
So Mickey, let me jump in. Here's my only problem with that, and stay with me. I want to just get your opinion on this. Here's my problem with adding another challenge, or if you have a successful challenge that you get it back. It should be for really, really tough calls, situations where maybe a ref was blocked out by, something happened between two players. Maybe it was a bang-bang play, and you're looking at, hey, was that a goaltending? Did that guy block the ball right before it touches the backboard where you need a real replay? Mickey, the problem is that's not a replay. Why would we replay a call that's so obvious in front of three referees? I've seen the replay 30 times. You probably have as well. What's the point of that baseline referee? What's the point of having him there? He's literally just staring at LeBron and Tatum and the basketball. And if you can't, in that position, at the highest level in the NBA, make a determination that that's a foul, why the hell are we going to have more replays? Like, I feel like replays should be for when it's a really bang-bang situation. It's a really tough play. That was just such a stupid non-call. It almost bothers me that we have to have a conversation about another replay. So, Mickey, I appreciate you calling in. I'm not going in on you, Mickey. I'm just angry at the referee over there. I'll take more of your guys' phone calls when we come back. LeBron is on the podium as well, so I know everybody's going to wait for that. So I'll try to power through as many of these calls as possible, as you guys can imagine. A lot of upset Laker fans tonight, so we got a lot of people on hold. Stay with me here. It's the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710.
What's going on, everybody? It's Cap. I'm here at the 909 Sports Bar here inside Yamava Casino, the greatest sports bar in Southern California and probably the world. Over 170 LED monitors, monster screens, people and energy, a massive amount of beers, and I promise you this, the food is off the charts. And then over there, 7,000 slot machines and hundreds of table games in this world-class resort. Yo, I'll see you here on Championship Sunday. Let's all get together for both games here at the 909 at Yamava.
Come out to the 909 at Yamava for our next watch party on January 29th.
You're listening to the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show.
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line. The Los Angeles Lakers on 710 ESPN.
Presented by Pizza Hut. Try the new Detroit style from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Once again,
here's Alan Sliwa.
All right, let's take a couple quick calls here. Let's go to Kyrie in Virginia. Kyrie, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? Honestly, I agree with AD. He was perfectly right in what he said. It was they were cheated tonight. That was crazy. Second off, I love how he took his accountability for his play. Thirdly, Russ was terrible tonight. He was terrible. I don't know if everybody didn't see what I seen, but he was making so many bad decisions. And if we make the playoffs, that's what scares me about having him on this team when he plays like this. That type of stuff costs games. And I'll take your comments off
No,
there.
I appreciate it, Kyrie. Okay, so a couple things. Let's start with Anthony Davis. AD did not have a good game. I was saying during the game, Funches and I were talking that AD didn't look good. He didn't look smooth. He looked like his feet were heavy, and that might just be his second game back. Was out for 5.5 weeks, played 26 minutes in that last game. Had Malcolm Brogdon on him in certain situations, did not try to post up. Felt like when he took shots, he shouldn't have taken them. When he didn't take shots, he should have. AD was very, very average tonight. The other side of it on Russ only played 25 minutes for a reason. He had 5 turnovers, 4 of 14 from the field. He didn't look good. And I think Russ is actually a perfect example of a game that Darvin Ham, as the game progresses, decides, nah, I'm not going to go with Russ. He didn't bring Russ in. I don't think Russ played the entire fourth quarter, and he brought him in overtime. And, Russ had some opportunities in OT as well. Missed a 3 that looked like it was going to go in. Tried to challenge Al Horford by going to the basket. Al Horford ended up blocking him. I don't know if Al Horford ended up blocking him or just didn't get the ball up. But nonetheless, those details will be tougher to remember of the final play of the game. Justin in Dallas, Texas. What's going on, Justin?
Hey, On. Well, just empathizing with you, the Lakers, and all Lakers fans, on this, really depressing result tonight. I mean, it's like that caller said before. It wasn't just that LeBron no call. There was all sorts of bad officiating in that last five minutes or so of that game. But if you're gonna call a foul, on Patrick Beverley so late after the play, and it was a foul, but it was a late call. You got to make that call at the other end of the floor as well, and give LeBron a chance to win the game for the Lakers. And you could just tell after that no call. I mean, not only did Boston have all the momentum in the world, the Lakers lost all composure. Starting with that Beverly technical and that camera stunt he pulled, if you will. The Lakers just, their minds just weren't in it in that overtime. And, every Laker fan should be pissed.
Yeah, they lost the game. Once the game went to overtime, the game was over. It's funny. I'm looking back on a couple of my tweets that I was sending, and this just shows you that the refereeing was there's some words I'd like to use, but I don't think I'm allowed to use them here. The refereeing was trash tonight, which it was. And that doesn't, if I could use a different word, it would feel a lot better, but we'll go with trash. I had sent out some tweets during the game. One was, these refs are unreal. Is that really a tech? Come on. This is the one on Dennis Schroeder when he got it. Plus, it wasn't even a foul. But just as the game was progressing, a little bit later, I put out a tweet. Our shot selection is awful right now, as are the refs. The reason why I'm pointing that out is because it's not like it was just one call at the end where Laker fans were upset. And even if it was just that one call at the end, it's justified to be upset about that. But it was a number of calls that were bad throughout the game. And then it was, obviously the final call, the final no call, I guess you can put it. Let's go to Deshaun out in Houston. What's going on, Deshaun?
Hey, what's going on, Alex? Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, man.
I just want to say, looking at it right now, we 23 and 27. I counted 5 games where they cheated. 5, easily. We'd be 28 and 22 right now, sitting in the top 3 seeds. This team is battle-tested and title contenders, I feel like, with the bad roster construction. They're ready because they should be a top 3 seed. They cheating us so much. And I knew we was going to lose this game when I started seeing all those calls with the Jaylen Brown. It's like a 4-second delay, then it's foul. And I said, yeah, these refs are not going to let us win this game. It's not happening.
Deshaun, I appreciate you calling in. I played this the other one. I will tell you that Lakers have had some games where they could have won, they should have won, and I won't even put them on the referees. Some of those games, I'm not disagreeing that there haven't been games where the NBA comes out and say, hey, here's our final 2-minute report, which, by the way, might be the most frustrating thing after the fact, when nothing could change. You can't go back. And my job, if somebody says, hey, we took a look and let's work on this, let's improve that, and let's go to the next day, I'm not still taking an L like they do in the NBA. I don't even know what the purpose of the final 2-minute report is. The purpose, either the NBA is going to do one of two things in the final 2-minute report. A, they're either going to admit they're not going to admit that they were wrong, or B, on the other side of it, they're going to find a way to put themselves in a position where they end up deciding that a call that they didn't have and there's no resolution to it. So I don't even know what the point of it is. All right, let's go to LBJ. Here's the king on the Lakers' loss.
All right, LeBron, just your perspective on that last play in regulation.
You saw my reaction.
Darvin's words were, best player in the world, can't get a call. It's been an ongoing theme the last couple of weeks. There were a couple in early January. How do you kind of balance the frustration in the moment, just considering all the games that you played?
It's challenging, very challenging. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm attacking the paint just as much as any of the other guys in this league that's shooting double-digit free throws a night. And, I don't get it. I don't understand it.
LeBron, have you had any communication with the league beyond just speaking to the refs night to night, or have you asked the Lakers to kind of have some communication?
No, I don't get into that. I mean, if our organization decide they want to do that, that's cool, but it ain't going to change.
We've watched you play your entire career, but I don't think I've ever seen you that frustrated before with your reaction. Is that one of the most frustrating moments for you? Has it been? Or just been building because of that?
It's been building. It's been building, and you guys seen some of the games that we've lost this year with late game missed calls. We had an opportunity to literally, win the game. I mean, I had this second one in the last few weeks for myself. Against Dallas, had an opportunity to win the game if the foul was called. K-Nunn the other day had an opportunity to tie the game if, the 4-point play is called. I don't understand. I don't understand what we're doing. And I watch basketball every single day. I watch these games every single day, and I don't see it happening to nobody else. It's just weird.
You guys had several last 2-minute reports show that you guys could have benefited from a call that was missed, and then there's a system in place now. If you are to speak about how the officiating went, the league has the ability to fine a player. So what is that? Just a rock on a hard place? Like what's the recourse for a player to see change?
I don't know.
I suppose it's one thing if you're, top of the standings or something, but when you guys are still fighting to try to get above water and these games happen, how do you kind of, as a leader of the team, how do you come back the next day?
Well, the good thing we don't have a game tomorrow, so we get an opportunity to rest a little bit. If you're a football fan, you can watch the AFC and NFC championship games, kind of get your mind off the game, but we don't, like I told you guys, we don't have room for error. And it's one of the best games we played all year, and for it to fall on somebody else's, for someone to fall on somebody else's judgment or non-judgment is just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
All right, that's LeBron James right there. LBJ on the Lakers' loss, LBJ on the frustration, LBJ on trying to figure out what the Lakers have to do to get a call. I think that's actually one of the best points that he mentioned. He mentioned that he drives the ball to the basket to try to put pressure on the referees, which I don't know how many times you guys do it, but every time I see Bron take a jumper at the end of games, it's like, Bron, come on, get to the basket. See if you can draw a foul. See, how does somebody stop a freight train like LeBron going to the hoop? And the answer is you don't have an answer to it. Unless the refs don't call foul when it's a foul. This will bother Laker fans even more. Kyle Goon just put out a tweet. Official Eric Lewis says in a pool report that the crew missed Jason Tatum's foul on LeBron James. What a shock, what a surprise, and that will not change anything, Lewis said. He was actually asked by someone from the Boston Globe. There was contact at the time during the game. We did not see a foul. The crew missed the play. What a surprise. I did not see that one coming, and the result will change nothing. Let's go to Richard in Riverside. What's going on, Richard?
Yeah, how you doing? I was going to defend Russell Westbrook, but I'll probably be in the minority. But moving forward, here's what I hope is going to happen. With everybody back full strength, injury-free, we consistently play defense in the third quarter. Our guards hit some shots. And in the words of the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron is going to show the guys how to win. I don't want to talk about the referees. I'm showing my age. The 1972 Olympic team, you ask every player on that roster, and they'll probably say, yes, we were robbed in that game against the Soviet Union. So brighter days are ahead, and go Lakers, okay?
Appreciate you calling in. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Let me squeeze in a couple more here. Ken in Newport Beach, what's going on, Ken?
Hi, Alan.
Thanks for calling in, bud. What's going on?
Well, usually I don't complain about the refereeing, but I've been to a couple of games in Boston, and making a call at the end of the game that loses it for Boston, and if you're a referee, you've got to be worried the rest of the night. I mean, those fans are absolutely out of control. And I think that subconsciously that had something to do with that last call, because there's no way they can miss that. It also didn't help that once again, Ham decided not to foul, which turned into a three-pointer. So that's twice it's happened. But that was a horrible call. And LeBron has been getting bad calls all year, and something has got to change.
So, Ken, I'm going to jump in because I'm with you on a couple things here. First off, the whole Celtics, that's a very passionate fan base. You don't want to be somebody that it was such a